The following program is rated TV MAL, TV MALS, TV MALSV. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Can I talk to you about something?
I just had sex. I'm about to eat.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to This Week in Bullshit. I am your host, Justin Proper, and with us today are the usual suspects on the dais. We, of course, have Wes Moody from the Wes Moody webcast.
Hello, my friends. Welcome to This Week in Bullshit.
Yes, welcome indeed. And as always, the lovely Reina Creole is joining us today.
Hi, everyone.
And we also have, according to Christie. Christie, you haven't been here in a while. It's great to see you here.
Thank you for having me back. It's good to see you.
Absolutely. And last but certainly not least, our Dick from the UK, Richard.
We haven't even started, and I'm halfway through my drink. You can tell I'm pissed.
What happened? What could have possibly happened that made you pissed off today?
I tried a new game. If you've watched Ryan Kinnell, you know how it goes.
Fall Guys?
No, Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh.
So I had MMO problems.
Gotcha. I haven't played any of the Final Fantasy games, so I have no idea what that frustration is like, but I'm sure it's a lot of fun. By the way, thank you, Wes, for sending the poop emoji super sticker, and as well as the super chat. Thank you so much. Are you ready for This Week in Poop? Yes, we are ready for This Week in Poop. I hope you're all ready for a great time today. Christie is saying hello to everybody. Hello, Christie. You're on the panel, so
I know. I still say hello.
Stone Cold Jeremy says hello, everyone. Hope all are having a great day. Well, I hope you're having a great day too, Stone Cold Jeremy. It's great to see you here. And we got Jeremy 5 Russia approved, and people are slowly trickling in. They're kind of they're like, oh. They're actually early. We're not super late. I have a few minutes for everybody to come on in here. And let's just start out with the bullshit right away. So there aren't that many things that will unite pretty much everybody. A couple of terrible movies could be a good way to finally unite both sides of the aisle for one reason or another. So which one should we start off with first? I think we'll just rip off the Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Fuck
There we go.
This movie.
Oh, it's
my God,
now. 5. That's 3. Woo.
88%. Cuties, by the way, for those of you who don't know, is a movie that's on Netflix. It's a French film, and it's described as a thoughtful look at the intricacies of girlhood in the modern age. Cuties is a coming-of-age film that confronts its themes of poignancy and nuance. What it really is.
That's a lot of word. That's a lot of word salad to try and cover up what it really is.
It's really. I'm not going to show any explicit pictures, but it's basically exploiting young girls. For those of you who don't know, and it was just released today, and some of the reviews are quite surprising. But let's just look at the difference first off between the critics and the audience. It's very, very clear where the audience stands, and people are not even giving this a chance at all, and it shouldn't, because one of the few topics that you don't talk about, if you have any brains at all, is exploiting children. That is unacceptable. If we look at the parental guide on IMDb, as people have exploited,
there was no parental guidance in this movie.
That's putting it lightly. This is the kind of thing that you can expect in this film. While the film consists of 11-year-old girls dancing very suggestively, it is intended to be seen in an unflattering light. Children mimic what they see online and elsewhere. A little girl watches a female rap music video where naked women Role play through dance, a pair of tight leather pants on an 11-year-old girl are forcibly pulled down in the midst of a scuffle with another girl. The camera glances at her underwear exposed. Oh my God. I don't even know. I don't even feel comfortable reading this.
Disgusting.
They dance suggestively in front of a live adult audience. They show off that and repeatedly move that, and while standing and lying down, they slap themselves from the back and from the front. I can't even read this anymore. And this is what the critics are essentially glorifying, and it's ridiculous.
The fact you had to censor basically every other word in that description kind of says everything about it.
I agree, Corey. It's a very bad call.
Huge bad call. I mean,
it's so tone deaf too. That's the strange part.
It's not strange given Hollyweird.
Yeah,
because it is. They are their own bubble, and I can kind of. It's after living in LA and seeing just how bad they exploit children to begin with, especially in film and television. This is the norm. And it's just gotten to the point where it's like, okay, we can go ahead and green like this because we can pretty much do what we want. To hell with these people in flyover country. We're going to do what we want to do. And they just did it.
Well, I think there's another part to this as well. I mean, sure, right? You say it's tone deaf, but who's the audience for this movie?
Exactly.
It's supposed to be for adults. It's
yeah. What kind of adults? I wonder.
Exactly.
It looks like they were very specific about who they wanted for an audience.
It's not like it's I want to say kind of like an America's Most Wanted kind of thing. It's not like it's a cautionary tale. It's not like it's displayed as a warning to parents, when girls get caught up in things like this. It's pretty much like, oh, we're going to glorify this type of thing.
The trailer was specifically really gross, and the poster.
Yes.
Hey, as we know from modern media, 2020, especially going back the last 2 years, the trailer contains the best parts of the movie.
Don't say that.
Am I the only? I asked this in the private chat, and most everybody have answered. Am I the only one that actually saw this movie?
Look,
we're gonna need to.
I will be honest. I don't really want to even step anywhere near it.
I can't bring myself to watch it.
Anything that was in the description of that parental guidance, anything that you read online, is true.
Oh my God.
It took me. I've seen this movie twice. I don't have Netflix, but I've seen this movie twice. And
it makes me really super sick to my stomach to hear that, because I was just on vacation and just got to spend time with my 3-year-old niece and my 5-year-old niece. And hearing it, it makes me sick. It makes me sick that this got greenlit. It made me sick that somebody financed this. And it makes me sick hearing how tone deaf these critics are about this film.
I really want to say that, especially with me and Lorena. I mean, let's be honest, we're girls. But I get the premise of what this director...
Wait, you are?
Yeah, I know, right? I get the premise of
they don't exist on the internet.
This director was trying to do, and vocalizing the exploitation of girls and seeing media and stuff like that. But it failed miserably. It really did.
I just don't.
I don't get it either.
Part of me thinks the group they wanted to go for in this with this movie were actually there. They just weren't as large of the. They just weren't the majority of the public like they expected them to be.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts, Wes?
God. People make me sick. So I'm getting kind of the same gross out feeling that I got when after Jean-Benet Ramsey was killed, and they showed the pageants and pictures and stuff that she was in.
No.
Getting that with the volume cranked up a little bit on the kind of grossness. It's a similar kind of pit of the stomach, kind of vomit-inducing.
What I will say, especially with regard to pageants, because I've had friends and some family who have dealt with them. With pageants, it's just more of the audience is mom, the audience is kids. They're doing kid things. And in this case, they're making them basically into little adults and sexually exploiting them in that way. And that's kind of like the difference where pageants are creepy in that respect. With this, it's just blatant.
It's a step
exploitation. It's like to the 10th power, exactly above and beyond. And the thing is, this could have been a really good cautionary tale from what I'm hearing, from what Christie's telling me. But they just went full. God.
There's no little. Yeah, I agree. No, there's no reason in the world for a girl of that age to be twerking at all.
No, my mom would have jacked me up. No.
I do have to say this because I have nieces and family members around that same age, and I would be lying if I hadn't caught them with what Wes just said and stuff like that. But I caught them watching the stuff, and their phones were taken away. It's horrible.
These are children. Children do stupid things, whether they're boys or girls. Kids
Mm-hmm.
often want to be seen as adults. That's not always a good thing, especially in this case. But it's the responsibility of the adults to try and protect them from that until they're at an age where they can basically make their own decisions in life.
Exactly.
Because they've got the information they need.
Because they do. Because kids do that. Kids like to try to do stuff they're not supposed to do, look at stuff that they're not supposed to look at, and then tell their little friends, guess what we did? X, Y, and Z. And then you have parents who, for whatever reason, aren't clued in. Like I had to tell one parent, well, you can put parental controls on your kid's phone, right? She looked at me like I was speaking Greek. I'm like, you mean to tell me you let your 10-year-old have an iPhone with unlimited internet access? You've got to be kidding me, right?
Yikes.
Some of them don't know. Some of them don't care to know. And even if you're not internet savvy, talking to your kids, what are you doing? What are you doing? They're kids. They don't have privacy. Okay. As my mother would say in our house, you're a kid, I pay the bills, you don't have privacy.
Not to mention that, I mean, there is kind of a scary point to this, because this is kind of, in a way, how do I say it? It's almost the curse of the internet generation. Because I'm pretty sure when we were kids, we didn't have sort of ready access. I assume we didn't have sort of ready access, because I mean phones weren't even sort of what they are now back then. I mean, most of us were at least speaking in my experience, most of us were lucky to even have a computer when we were their age.
I had a crack phone,
maybe 15.
It's kind of crazy. By the way, thank you, Stone Cold Jeremy, for the $20 super chat. That's very generous of you. He's a really cool guy. This BS is just them taking one more step closer to trying to normalize that. Just recently, we have people claiming to be maps, which is a fancy way of saying that this shit needs to stop. I honestly did not know that there was a really big thing. Like, I've never heard of maps before. I don't think I even want to explore that topic, if I'm perfectly honest.
It's basically social justice warriors trying to normalize that thing as like a minority group, which is disturbing in and of itself. But that came out.
Oh Jesus, Wes! I'm seeing what you said in the private chat. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what it means. Oh
Yeah,
God.
that came
No.
out. What
They're
was
trying
it?
they're trying to normalize that kind of Fredophilia.
What? Oh God.
I'm trying to code word it. Damn it!
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I thought it was.
I've got.
Yeah, let's get off of this fucking topic.
Okay,
I think
can I say just one last thing?
Sure.
Can you pull up Teresa Martin's Twitter and see
Oh yes, please.
and the response that Scott Mendelson, is it Scott Mendelson?
Yeah, Scott.
yes.
Oh God.
Said to her.
But yeah, I
He
mean,
works for Forbes magazine, by the way.
but basically, this minor attracted person thing, it came about. I think what was it, halfway through last year?
I think it's been around longer than that, but
I think that was when it sort of got public and everybody started learning about it.
well, the Quartering did a lot of videos on it, so I believe the Quartering did. I think that was the Quartering.
Yeah, they did.
Don't usually do this, but I think this is important to get out there. This is what this sicko replied to me. I was harsh in my response, but I believe under the circumstances I was restrained. What a monster this man is. Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh no.
That's what this fool said.
Oh, why?
Yep.
And he blocked her? What the
Mhm.
What the fuck?
And he's the one defending the movie.
Yep.
Why? What the fuck? What the fuck, Scott Mendelson? Look at this fucking creep.
Are
This
we surprised at
fucking
this
creep.
point?
Not one fucking like or retweet on his comment. What is the prize?
Well, to
My
be
God.
fair, he probably hit it after he blocked her. Because
Probably.
I mean,
it's-
these
what
are
the fuck
the
are you
kind of
thinking?
people we deal with, unfortunately.
Wow. Just I don't even want to like. Jesus. I mean, I thought. I honestly. Oh my God! And this is trending too. Oh Jesus. What a revealing day for everybody. Jesus. It really shows just kind of the real sick bastards there are. It's just.
I'm gonna definitely
Wow.
gonna say that the whole situation and the situation around it is definitely bullshit.
Oh yeah. God.
The worst thing is that these are the types of people that are currently in control of our entertainment.
Right. They control the narrative, essentially, which is very terrifying. But this isn't something I really want to talk about very much more. I'm starting to get very uncomfortable. But a lot of people have decided to cancel their Netflix subscription. The stock price has gone down. Yeah, seriously, don't step into this territory. It's a bad idea.
I am happy to say that my mom, my sister, my aunt, and 2 cousins canceled their Netflix after listening to watching my live stream.
Really?
Yes.
I canceled mine today.
There is no.
All right, we're just
worth.
Let's talk about bullshit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, let's talk about fucking Mulan.
I suppose my sort of closing question to the audience, I suppose to everybody really is the good, if you want to call it good, that Netflix has done, does that outweigh this?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't.
No.
Somebody greenlit this crap. Somebody financed this crap.
And somebody greenlit this crap.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Let's talk about Mulan for a second. So who has seen the movie?
I have.
I have.
Okay.
I've seen the
I have refused to watch any more Disney remakes after hearing, one, that Eddie Murphy's character gets cut out entirely, but also so do the songs. The songs are cut out.
Reflection is in there.
Didn't they replace Eddie Murphy's dragon character with the Phoenix or
Freaking
something?
Phoenix thing you hardly ever see.
What's the point in a Phoenix?
And they made up like a couple new bullshit characters
Like
for no
sister.
reason. Yeah, and some witch lady or whatever. And they OP'd the fuck out of Mulan. She is just I mean, at least with the original, she was trying to figure everything out. Here, she's already fucking great at everything. Where have we seen this before? She's a totally overpowered female character.
Well, if you think that's bad,
Was she revealed to be a Palpatine at the end?
What?
Yes.
No,
Oh,
but
sorry. Go ahead, Lorena.
I'm sorry, but kind of in the vein of that, there's a scene like where you're seeing this woman from the back, and she's walking down the aisle towards the Emperor, and she's got this fly ass gear on, right? It's like, oh man, this looks great. She looks gorgeous, whatever. And then the camera pans to the front, and who do we see but Ming-Na Wen, who did the original voice in the original Mulan movie, who basically introduces the new Mulan. I said, get the frick out of here. Really? Yeah, that really happened in the movie.
They tried to pull that move.
Yes.
Wow. And it's another thing that's pretty telling as well, is that another thing that most audiences, well, it's pretty close to 50-50, but I don't know. And this kind of thing has also, interesting enough, has sparked a lot of criticism from the press for various reasons. It's like the tables are finally turning. People are starting to realize that the Disney remakes are complete bullshit, which is great.
If only they'd done it. If only they'd realized sooner.
Really?
I wouldn't say that culture-wise it failed, because the costumes were great. All of that looked authentic. It was the story was crap because there wasn't a story. And I know, Christie, we talked about this on our stream on Sunday. It was like they were trying to do Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and failing miserably.
Exactly. That I described it like that. The movie cinematography wise, the costuming, and I mean it's beautiful. The pan shot, I enjoyed that. But yeah.
Is it like a nice polished turd again?
Kinda.
Is it like on the same level as The Lion King bad in terms of, the story and managing to screw it up?
I hate The Lion King remake worse than this one.
I would have to agree. Yeah.
See, I just didn't like the fact that, at least with The Lion King, it was a story that I really was, looked back fondly on. At least they, tried to make it the same story, keeping the songs in there, just the basics, the bare minimum. You couldn't even do that with this.
Oh, Lorena, wasn't the only song that they had in this movie? It was with Christina Aguilera's "Reflection," right?
I think so, and I don't even think they even did it that long.
I haven't heard that one since the original movie.
Exactly.
I don't even remember much of that song even being played. I think we heard like maybe a couple bars of it, and that was it.
Meaty too, I agree. He says, what about Mulan? I don't think anyone else could make a PG Kung Fu War movie this good, but who wants a PG Kung Fu War movie? It's not awful, a little cringy, but cookie cutter. That's the same kind of issue that you have with like fucking Narnia. Just when you have all these battle scenes, you can't make them realistic. And it's not fun. It's not fun. Plus, I would love to see an R-rated Mulan movie where people are just getting, destroyed. That would be pretty cool. But Disney is Disney, so they won't ever do that.
I just don't. This might be sort of narrow-minded of me, but why did they put a witch in it? I thought the sort of modern Chinese market has this thing about kind of hating magic, which is why they were screwing over the Force ghosts in the Star Wars movies.
I have no idea about that because this is full of magic, apparently.
Yeah.
But not only that, Disney was also caught thanking a Chinese group that is linked to detention camps. Good job. Good job, Disney.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're facing backlash after the final credits for its latest film, Mulan, thanked government entities in I forget how to pronounce this. Xinjiang?
Yeah.
Okay. Xinjiang, the province where Muslims have faced human rights abuses. Good job, Disney. Wow. Like, I don't, how can you be this stupid? Like, why?
Well,
Sorry, I just want to
Do
cut
you
you.
think this is out of
This-
just complete ignorance, or is there
So-
ill intent?
This
so
is
with
yeah. Go ahead.
oh, okay. So with China, a lot of times, to grease the wheels, you have to do stuff like that.
yep.
China.
I'm
And that's that's part of the gig, and that's probably one of the reasons why we should kind of start to decouple from China, because this is what they do. This is what they do in China. Unfortunately, I'm done. Go ahead.
what is where's
LeBron's outrage on it?
I just
Or Mark
wanted-
Cuban's outrage.
I
Yeah.
just wanted to sort of bring up a brief point. I mean, this is the same company that owns Marvel and Lucasfilm. So you say, how could they be this stupid? But if you add those two together, what's the most stupid thing they can do? They'll probably do it.
But just to get back to what Wes was saying about greasing the wheels where it comes to China, because they are trying to play in the Chinese market. You have to understand, it's like you have Hong Kong Disneyland, you have Shanghai Disneyland. They want to play ball with the Chinese. So this whole movie was basically made to cater to the Chinese audience. So it's not the point of saying, how could they be that stupid? They have to play ball. And they're dumb enough to play ball. And even dumb enough, based now to think about it, even dumb enough to point that out. But they had to grease the wheel. They had to grease the wheel and bow down and kiss behinds or whatever.
But the
Because that's what they're
concentration camp thing, though?
You know what?
What?
They're probably arrogant enough to think, oh, nobody's going to see that. No one's going to put those.
No
things
one's going to
together.
read the credits.
No one's going to No one's going to read the really, really tiny credits. No one's going to read it because I think most of it was in was it Mandarin? I know I'm probably doing this wrong. Mandarin, but I know they had the characters like the characters written, and I don't know if it was in English too. But I think somebody pulled it up because they saw it and they translated it, and that's how it got out.
Wow.
Nobody's looking at the way bottom of the movies where they say special thanks to XYZ and whatever for filming at our particular site. No one's probably sitting around waiting to watch that.
And I just find it
Nick.
very. Oh my God! Thank you, Nick, for the super chat. Holy shit!
Wow.
I didn't even know that you guys were in here. What is up, man? Jesus! Surprise the fuck out of me! Oh, holy shit! Hey, all. Hope all is well. Sam and I can't wait to hear all of your opinions and all the hoo-ha this week. Well, welcome very much to the show. I greatly appreciate it. These guys are so generous. I don't even deserve it. Thank you guys so much for your incredible support over the last few months. You guys have been so amazing. I can't even begin to describe it to you. My God, thank you guys so much. Wow. But this is going to make you happy, though. This is good news, though. This is good news. Now we're also starting to see the tide being turned on Disney with Disney Plus's Mulan copies Star Wars and Marvel in the worst possible way. The new film follows the recent Disney model of emphasizing spectacle over character development with blockbusters like Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker or the MCU movies. And I just want to say, wow, I just never knew.
That's funny. I thought all this time the new Star Wars movies had great character development.
Yeah. I thought people were praising, sucking the teat of Disney, if you will.
It's the best thing ever, you know?
That Rose Tico arc was just amazing.
Wasn't
I know, wasn't it so great? Stunning and brave. Stunning and brave. This is.
You did so much for potato sacks everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. How do you guys feel about the tides turning? Essentially, like, is there a reason why people now are feeling comfortable with talking trash about Disney nowadays?
I think because money's tight.
Money.
It's,
Is it just because, like, does it have to do with, is it just like, the way Hollywood is right now, just with everything going on, the Wu-Tang virus, if you will?
I think it's just like a culmination of, it's been building. It's been building for quite some time. And I think, with the Wu-Tang virus going on, with people being quarantined, with people starting to realize just what is important, has really made people kind of shift their priorities and kind of just like, you know what, Disney, you're just full of crap. I mean, I love Disney, but they have been effing up for so long that they deserve what's coming to them with this. And I'm glad people are calling this stuff out where it comes to them.
I disagree a little bit. I think in any other situation, people would still be kissing Disney's ass all the way through, non-stop. But I think it's only because Disney are in this sort of weakened state right now, and for lack of a better term, the social justice warriors smelled blood in the water and they went after it like they do for everything else.
Disney, let me ask you a question.
Disney,
which people, when you say people, which ones are you talking about? Do you mean the Hollywood people or Joe Schmo, who's just going to parks and everything?
I'm not entirely sure what I meant when I said those people, but I mean in general, sort of. I'm talking about Disney because we're talking about Disney. So it's like Disney played up the social justice warriors so much for so long. They thought they'd be safe because Hollywood, the media, the far left sort of propagandists, they always think they'll be safe until
okay, I get your point. Like, basically they didn't count on this monster that they created turning on them. Okay, I got you.
Which is funny because it happens all the time.
Yeah, they do say that Hollywood's usually about 5 or 10 years behind the trends. So we're going to get this for a little bit more. And then we'll finally get back to decent stuff if we're lucky.
Well, yeah, I mean, if we're lucky.
But even then, it's not a guarantee.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. Kathleen Kennedy certainly, at least somebody made her or somebody else wrote the statement, certainly seemed to be changing her tune. But that's the debate. Some people think that Hollywood's going to ride this thing right into the ground. They're just that arrogant, and other people think that the money people are gonna say, "Look, enough's enough. I'm in this for profits. People need to stop pissing off the customers."
Exactly. So, Sam says impossible moral standards invariably backfire. Yeah, that's very true. And he also said, I think people are starting to realize these businesses aren't all powerful tigers with no teeth, as it were.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
A great way of putting that, essentially.
Just idolize, like Disney, and idolize these Hollywood people, and the whole Wu-Tang virus is pretty much exposed. You know what? They're not that important.
No,
they're really not.
Yeah, and it's just, as you said before, priorities. So there are, one of the I guess the bright spot, the silver lining is that people, as we were mentioning earlier, they're realizing what's important and what's less important than a fucking celebrity and the bullshit that they have to say. No one cares anymore. No one cares. They can keep on, doing their Zoom calls on Colbert or whatever the fuck they do. But really, at the end of the day, people just don't care anymore. And I think it's started to become kind of apparent. I guess recently, I noticed it was something that was inevitable anyways. But I mean, still, you're gonna see people. People are gonna be fans of people and whatnot. That's not gonna go away. But I'm talking about glorifying them. I think that's something that is really starting to die out. I don't know. What do you guys think? And glorifying companies in general, these big conglomerates, if you will.
Well, mean, my opinion might piss a few people off, but I've talked a lot already, so.
Oh no, go ahead.
I think. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I think it's time. I think, just like you said, Justin, people are waking up to it, and what Lorena was saying, they're just not as important as they seem to think they are, or maybe that we thought they were. People are turning to other entertainment. They're creating their own IPs. People are starting YouTube channels. They're just people are getting sick of it as Hollywood gets more exposed, and for some of the stuff that they do, and and the stuff they do openly, attacking their customers, their fans. People have just had enough. People get sick of these celebrities and these very wealthy people kind of pointing the finger at them, the people in the real world, and people in the real world are just turning their back on it.
Yeah, and it's for the best, in all honesty.
I think so. I think it is.
Yeah.
I think we'll live in a better world. And if they get their act together and they make some good stuff and they don't attack the customer, I'm open to it. I love a good story. That's all I want is a good story. That's all I want.
And once people finally start to realize that, and by the way, it's cheating if you just decide, oh, well, we're just going to do the same story, but do it differently to the point where they just make we'll use Mulan for example. Let's literally just take all of the fun that made the original great, and let's just not do any of that. Wouldn't that be a great idea, guys? Fuck you, no. Who thought that this was gonna be okay? Like, who signs off on this shit? It really does just boggle my mind.
I mean, in addition to crapping on their customers, they're also extremely lazy, which is also unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Regarding my point on the matter, I think is kind of, it might piss a few people off. Unfortunately, the world is and has always been full of gullible people who need to look to someone more important or who are perceived to be more important than them for moral guidance. It's unfortunately a thing that's happened throughout history. I could bring up a world war that happened relatively recently as an example of that. Unfortunately, people will always sort of look to someone or something else to basically tell them how to be a good person. And I actually want to comment on that. Lorena, you know how you were saying about the most of the songs got taken out of the movie?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they had to take that song out of the movie because it's sexist.
Oh man.
God damn it.
Well, it's got a point there.
Nick says, I'm with Richard. I think the reason why the tide is turning is because people are smelling blood in the water. These people are doing what comes naturally, going for the easier prey. And Me82 says, they don't have any Marvel coming out, and Star Wars is done. Mulan was meant to be their big thing this year, their spectacle. And without the theater experience, the spectacle failed. Facade broken. That's the thing. Yep. That's kind of, what makes a movie-going experience a lot of fun is, being in a crowded theater. It's the environment, the atmosphere. If it's a shitty movie theater, you probably gonna not like the movie a little bit more. I mean, it really just depends on the overall experience. But if you're just sitting at home, kind of changes everything. You actually pay attention to the movie a little more in a way. I don't know if that makes any sense. You have more control over it.
In a way, you have more control of the environment. And again, like you were saying, it depends on what theater you go to. Like I know where I live, because so many people were staying home and getting their own, setups and super, TV systems and all that, the theaters had to up their game. So now the movie theaters here have like, you can get alcohol, you can get specialty coffee, you've got like leather barca loungers, in the theater. It's like being in your own living room when you go. So they've had to compete that way to like up their game. But yeah, so if your theater is like crappy and it's like maybe the dollar theater that hardly plays anything, that you want to go to, it's like, oh, okay, I'll stay home. But in that case, yeah, you would pay more attention at home.
Well, see, I mean, and even with those nicer theaters, if you've ever gotten some of their drinks, it's like, wow, I make way better drinks than this.
Oh, yeah, I haven't done.
No.
I just didn't do that.
No, always stick with beer. That way they can't screw you over.
Or it's
I
like,
always brought my own.
Well,
that's what some of my friends do. They just sneak it in. We did that when we saw Revenge of the Sith.
Really?
that's it's a tried and true way to get it.
Revenge of the Sith. Oh yeah. We were sneaking all kinds of contraband in the theater.
Yeah, one of my roommates' uncles, one of my ex-roommates from back in college, his uncle definitely snuck quite a few beers, but he snuck it in like he was smuggling drugs or something. So people will go to the extreme. Yeah, that method.
Wow.
Or if you cough, you fail. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, dang.
And they were like glass bottles that he put up there. I'm like, why? Why would you do that?
Dude.
That's disgusting. And then you drink from it after. Ew, it's disgusting. Like, people will go to the extreme for that. I'm like, what's wrong with just putting them in your pocket?
What about, the vest and got the little...
Yeah, or that too.
In it,
You don't need to, you don't need to go that far.
Oh,
No, and if you're a woman, you could just put them in your purse. Easy.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Anyways, we're not going to get too much further into actual shit. Not this week.
I did want to comment on what Richard was saying. I didn't find, the comment about people needing to be told what's right and believing that someone else. I didn't find your comment to be especially controversial. I think, we have a pretty smart chat here, and a lot of them probably agree with you as well. But I do think there are a lot of people that are out there that are like that, unfortunately. And that's probably a good part of why what we're going through right now is why we're going through it, in addition to those people in Hollywood.
Yeah. I mean, I just want
to got to have buyers and sellers in that transaction. It's not just the seller.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just wanted to offer up the warning, because what I was saying, I was thinking about it in my head, and I was like, well, this could be taken in a religious way, and I don't really want to piss people off if I don't mean it in that way.
Right. Yeah, it's just crazy now. And it's sad that it's taken this long for people to realize it. And there was something that somebody said, I think Me82 said, when we're watching low-budget documentaries about tiger dealers or have time to go back and watch the classics, we can really see the difference a story makes. That's very, very true.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. And I kind of got that actually hit home for me when I saw the movie Extraction on Netflix. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Chris Hemsworth is in it.
Oh, okay. I don't think I have.
He's in
name rings a bell.
Yeah, he's like either in not Pakistan, I think Bangladesh, where he has to basically extract some kid out of there. And the story is like amazing from the beginning to the end. It's not a big budget, production at all, but you don't care because the story is so good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, wow, that was probably one of the best good things on Netflix that I had seen, this year. But yeah, it does make you realize if some little indie production can make a movie like that, what's Disney's problem?
Yep.
Yeah, they have all the money in the world. There are people who, even the technology used to, the de-aging wasn't always that great. I don't know how they didn't figure out the disgusting looking Princess Leia. It just looked creepy and weird. and emotionless. And
What?
I mean, the
In Rogue
same
One?
goes for Rogue One.
There are these
The end.
guys out there on YouTube that do better
deep
deep
fakes.
fakes than the studios. It's
And
ridiculous.
it looks so real. Like, I'll give you an example. Let me see if I can bring that up, because, you know, this is exactly the kind of thing that I'm talking about. Did anybody see
the Harrison Ford.
Is this where we?
the Harrison Ford?
Dude, it looked like him.
Is this where we go into Justin's porn collection?
Oh my!
Possibly.
I mean,
we will
we're
cross
talking-
that road.
See, that you could be onto something, Richard. That's the wave of the future. Face swaps.
We're
Speaking
talking
of the
about
future,
talking about
is
deepfakes here, so I got
perfect
kind of
example.
concerned.
Do you guys remember seeing that?
Yes, that'd annoy me as
Oh
hell.
no, I didn't see that.
The Back to the Future deepfake with Robert Downey Jr. and Tom Holland. That was
It's
actually
annoying.
pretty good.
It's annoying because those two have good chemistry, but I'd hate to see them in sort of like a reboot of that role.
Yeah, and Tom Holland actually agrees with that. He's like, no, I wouldn't do it. Isn't that like it's strange? But let's look at I don't think I've seen the Harrison Ford deepfake.
Oh
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, it still looks awful to me because it's still got that stupid ass haircut.
Yeah, what the fuck? I couldn't get the hair
Yeah.
right. It's not curly. It's not curly. Like it doesn't have curly hair. Get a straightener. Oh gosh. Yeah, you're totally right on that. But he does look pretty good. I mean, but the thing is that you have the ability to do it, and you have the ability to do it very well.
Mm-hmm.
But Disney doesn't do that for some reason. They manage to somehow, like, people who are on the internet, like, are better than people who are paid a shit ton of money to do this, quote unquote, professionally. How is this? Like, it just blows my mind.
I think
how-
part of it is because they actually have, I want to say, like, the love or reference for the characters or the lore to do it. For some people, like professionally, it's just a freaking job. And
That's why you can't
and
treat it
some
like
of them
that.
don't even want to do, a halfway good job because they're just like, I'm just getting paid for it, whatever. I'll just do it and move on. Well, when you have fans who do these deep fakes, they're like, you know what? I really want to do this justice. I have passion for it, which is sorely lacking in Hollywood these days.
It is weird because, see, I think it's twofold. One, the people who sort of do the deepfakes professionally, they're kind of lazy, and two, they think, well, it's just the audience; they'll accept any shit we give them.
I can see that.
That's true sketch therapy. Yeah, pretty much everyone gets one haircut and have the same one until they die. Unless you're Princess Leia, then it changes all the time. Or Padme. That's just crazy. But yeah, with the guys, they just kind of it's just the same. It's very true. Anyways, so yeah, it's just. I think that's what makes the hugest difference between really most projects that really suck or ones that are really good. Like, it makes or breaks it, if you will. Like Cobra Kai. If people didn't give a fuck about the Karate Kid and just did whatever, no one would want to watch it. You wouldn't see. You could see like the lack of passion that the actors had.
Mhm.
You could see that on screen, even in Star Wars. Like, I mean, luckily Harrison Ford is that way already, the character, but I mean, clearly doesn't give a shit, like, at all. He even came back for a paycheck. It was ridiculous. But when you have people who really love it, it really shows. Even if the story isn't as good, you could still tell that people cared about it. Like, even the Karate Kid Part 3, not that great of a movie, but there was still some heart in it. It was cringy. but it was like you could look back at it and it's like kind of hilarious now. So it's just I don't know. It just bothers me that people could do just so much better but choose not to. Like, you have the ability to do it. Why not do it?
Exactly. And here in the Trek wing of the Fandom Menace, we're trekking on Tuesdays where we're watching the Star Trek Continues from Vic Mignogna. So Star Trek Discovery and Star Trek Picard, those things cost like $8 to $10 million an episode. Vic Mignogna did 11 episodes of Star Trek Continues, and it's just as good, if not better, than the original. And he spent $1 million on the entire 11 episodes.
I wouldn't say it's.
Thank you, Montini90, for the super sticker. By the way, it's a cat one. That's really cute. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you for stopping by. Sorry, go ahead.
I still say it's one of those little Japanese dog things. I can't think what they're called though. It's not a cat. That's not a cat.
It's not a cat.
Look at the face. That's not a cat.
Like Hello Kitty or something. What's going on?
Oh no, it's not Hello Kitty. I know Hello Kitty.
We're not going into that.
It's from that dog. It's that dog.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, we can debate whether it's a cat or a dog some other time. Yeah. Either way, I appreciate it.
It's neither. It's a fox.
That's a fox. That's a fox.
Yeah, me82. I completely agree. Okay, it's a fox. Fuck it. I don't care.
Soul Assassin says it's a fox as well.
Okay.
Me82. Actually, that's funny. I spent a little. I had a little rant. I think last week on just how fucking pissed off.
That pisses me off too. I don't want to have to wait another 6 months, 8 months, whatever. I need to see season 3 now.
Yeah, I needed to see it last year. I needed to see it yesterday.
I mean, do the post production a little at a time. Give us one every 2 weeks or something, please.
I mean, that's the problem with the sort of binge model that they're doing with everything right now. It's not. I mean, it's not just. I mean, sure, Cobra Kai is cool, but it's not just Cobra Kai. I mean, it's The Expanse. It's bloody everything right now.
Yeah, but they're already done with it.
I know, but the binge model is a bad idea. It's always been a bad idea.
But come on, like having us wait for 2 years, this is ridiculous. It's seriously driving me crazy. And what would be worse if it sucks? What if we just waited 2 years and it just ruins everything?
I can't have it suck. Not after the end of season 2.
I know, but I have that feeling though. I just have that feeling in the back of my mind that it's like I have to, like, even when I was watching season 2 the first time, I was kind of, a little skeptical because it was the first season, just a fluke, but it wasn't, and it was great.
That's the pain of entertainment in 2020. You can't trust that it's going to be good.
Christie, we haven't heard from you for a bit. What do you think?
Also, not only was season 2 really good. I'll finish in a second here. Not only was season 2 really good, but that cliffhanger, and I'm not going to spoil it, but that cliffhanger, man, that took a lot of guts to do a cliffhanger like that.
Oh, that was a big fuck you. Yeah. And oh my God, now I'm afraid to really go into detail because I seriously do not want to mess with it for somebody who hasn't seen it before. I'd say watch it on Netflix, but we are canceling Netflix at the moment. We're not very happy. So
see, this is one of those properties that is so good, and I want people to enjoy it so much that I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to really be tight-lipped about it. But there is a cliffhanger. And
yes,
a couple of them that are very good.
A cliffhanger that I just don't have anything to drink or any sharp objects nearby. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and it's also really funny. It's really funny too.
The cliffhanger?
Me82 says it won't suck. I trust the writers. Season 4 probably will cause Netflix, but I trust in season 3. Okay. Oh, it'll probably be.
Season 4 will because of
That's
I can
true,
see
Sam.
that.
You know what? Nowadays, isn't that sad now that when we're dreading new movies that come out because we're worried that they're going to be so bad? It's pretty telling about how
See-
shitty things have been lately.
See, that's the terrible thing, though, because Me82, he's got a point, but even trusted writers we can't really trust. Because they just go off the deep end out of nowhere for no reason. Look what happened with Game of Thrones, for example.
Oh no! Don't remind. Oh yeah, waiting 2 years. Waiting 2 years just for that. We have to wait 2 years for Cobra Kai. What if season 3 is terrible? Oh God, no!
I'm
And
just
it's
saying,
okay if it doesn't, meet my expectations or the story doesn't go the way that I would prefer it to go. There are some things that I would just like to see. I definitely don't want it to be easy, if you know what I'm talking about. What happened to a particular character.
so,
I don't want it. I don't want it to just be over within the end of the season. No,
nothing ever happened. Yeah.
so,
there has to be consequences.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
so
and that's where a lot of movies also go wrong too. I've noticed, like they'll play it safe, but they'll do it in a way that just hurts the story.
Well, see, let's give an example. So in The Last Jedi, at the end of The Force Awakens, Finn was out of commission for a while. And then in The Last Jedi, he's made the butt of jokes. He wakes up immediately. So, that would be an example of what not to do, I think, with a character where there's no consequences, where there's an act of heroism and then,
yeah. Well, I'm just going to say, I mean, on top of being a Star Trek fan, I'm a Halo person. Halo's been shit for a little while, but it's picking up. So, for those who are concerned about Cobra Kai, I say the same thing I say about Halo. Be cautiously optimistic, but don't set your expectations too high.
hope for the best, expect the worst.
Yep.
Oh,
that,
And it's sad we have to do that. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It's just. But that's what happens when you've been let down time and time again.
Yeah.
You know?
It's
Well,
just like you don't want to get your hopes up,
And just if you expect nothing and you get something good, you're even more pleased than you would have been otherwise.
See, I think Bill and Ted's Face the Music was one of those movies that benefited from my very, very low expectations.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, it's not woke. It's true enough to the characters. It's not a deep dive into. It's just a fun movie. It's fun. Yay!
Let
let
get
the
some
movie.
popcorn and watch. Yeah.
Yeah, don't try to change it to fit, whatever you want it to be. Just do what the movie should do, what the story would want, what the characters would naturally do. That's all you have to do. That's really all you have to do. It doesn't have to be phenomenal. You don't have to, reinvent it. It doesn't need. You can have new characters. You can have female characters that aren't just, overpowered feminists. Yeah, they could just be girls, and it's fine. Like, you don't have to screw around with that. We see that's why people are like really nervous when they're like, oh my god, there's gonna be female leads. Oh my god, what's gonna happen? Is it gonna be woke? Are they gonna? None of that shit happened. So
well, speaking on that,
middle-aged Bill and Ted. I mean, it worked. I bought it. I bought it.
I like that part.
Speaking on that regard,
be excellent.
Soul Assassin asks if they're making if they're still making the Halo TV series. Supposedly they are, but it's gonna be a shit show.
Yeah, I mean, also I thought
race
even
and gender
Spielberg was trying to do something with it.
So Richard, I just got done with Halo Reach, and I'm about to start Halo Combat Evolved. I heard people didn't like Reach. I enjoyed it. So I've heard the first one is the best one. Is that true? I've heard Combat Evolved or Halo 3 is what people like. I don't know.
Halo Reach is really annoying because Halo Reach is like Star Trek Discovery-ish for Halo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's weird because when you had Halo, there was the book. I don't have it with me. When you had Halo Combat Evolved originally, and the original sort of series of the original trilogy, there was the book what was it called? Fall of Reach, which basically told the story of everything leading up to Combat Evolved. Halo Reach basically changes a massive part of the story. So a lot of people were pissed off with it for that reason. But now Bungie and 343 have both come out and said, or just before Halo Reach came out and said, well, the books don't really mean anything, so the fan base kind of got a double dose of fuck you when it came to Halo Reach.
So they did Disney. They did EU is gone.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I'll give Reach this. There definitely weren't any Mary Sues in Halo Reach.
There were characters getting killed for stupid reasons, but that's just a way to get them out of the story, which is annoying. But yeah, if you ignore the original canon, Halo Reach is fine.
Well, let's rein it back in a little bit, though.
Yeah, let's rein it in. Sorry, I didn't mean to detour us.
Combat Evolved is a I think you'll enjoy it. Actually, it's got a lot more mystery and exploration to it than Reach did.
Okay, all right. Halo is awesome. Yay.
Okay, we'll go ahead and move on. We've hijacked it enough.
This is something that Wes actually brought up. So you sent this in the backstage area. Tom Hanks is back in quarantine. I didn't see this in the news. Could you explain a little bit what happened, Wes, with this story?
Apparently he went back to Australia for reshoots, and even though he doesn't have any symptoms, apparently he's being quarantined for a period of time. So it's interesting that he's going back to Australia, and it's interesting that he's being quarantined. I think
maybe because he already had the virus.
Yeah,
so
allegedly. Allegedly.
So why is he being quarantined again? Can you get it again? Like is that?
You can get it multiple times, but there are some countries that are doing this sort of how do I say it? Sort of precautionary quarantine, just to be sure, which is annoying as hell, but it's a thing.
Is that required? Is that a mandatory quarantine?
In some countries,
I believe so.
Okay, because I was going to ask, because in my particular situation, since I was in Florida, supposedly the state of Pennsylvania recommended you self-quarantine for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was asking.
Yeah, and some of them are mandatory. Unfortunately,
they will be quarantined under a plan specific to the film industry. The production is covering the cost, but not everyone is on board. The leader of the Queensland opposition, Deb Frecklington, suggested the crew should be restricted to a state-designated quarantine hotel where the bill would be covered by taxpayers.
Are you kidding me?
Sounds rather socialistic.
Everyday Australians don't get to pick and choose where they quarantine, and neither should celebrities. The double standards are shocking. Okay. That's a little odd, but that's a little suspicious, but not the most bullshit thing to happen. But it does bring up questions.
I thought he was in Greece.
I don't know anymore. He's traveling, doing whatever he wants. And this is a guy who was confirmed sick.
America's had problems with the far left in its politics. So's Britain. So's Europe. Australia's had it quite a bit as well, unfortunately. So when you say taxpayers being forced to basically fund quarantines for hotels, you say it's kind of socialistic. Yeah, it kind of is. It's as a taxpayer in a country that's related very closely to Australia, it's a load of fucking crap.
Wow. Well, speaking of crap and other bullshit, we have this guy whose 2 days crime spree ended after he stole keys from a car that wasn't there. This is kind of our lightning rapid fire round where we look at some of the crazier, stupid stories today. This guy literally stole keys from a car that wasn't even in the parking lot. Congratulations. A man who went on a 2-day crime spree was caught after being recognized by a police officer and leaving DNA evidence at the scene. He appeared in court last week after breaking into a house, stealing a car, and attempting to take 2 others earlier this year. And he... How stupid can you be? You steal the wrong car keys.
I'm going to ask if I'm going to ask if the car was owned by a man named Schrodinger.
Oh, I thought he owned a cat.
Boy, he had to get around somehow.
Okay, then. And this guy, I don't know. This is a guy from Japan, and for some reason, he did not return a car that he rented for a year, which cost him a whopping $72,000 US.
Wow.
Cost him $72,000. What kind of car is worth $72,000 exactly? Like what? Like did he? What was it? A Ferrari or something? Like what kind of car was this? Unfortunately, I can't seem to find anything there. But what would you guys expect from a car for 72 grand?
First off, I would not ever spend $72,000 on a car.
Yeah, I could buy a house.
I think it's got to be like the library rule, where it can never exceed the cost. If you have late fees, it can never exceed the cost of the book. Sure. And maybe that's what happened, is the fees exceeded the cost of the vehicle. Could be wrong.
Like the blue book value or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't get it, but I'm just curious. What kind of car is this? Like,
hopefully it wasn't something lame.
Well, does it say what kind of car it is?
What, a Prius? No, it doesn't.
I mean, how far are you even going to get in a car in Japan anyway?
You'll run into water eventually.
Yeah, I mean, it's even more mountainous than the UK, and it's pretty bad over here.
Damn.
Right. And this was something that was very infuriating. A gender reveal stunt triggers 10,000-acre fire in California and prompts tens of thousands to evacuate.
Before, do you guys know what a gender reveal party is?
I know what a gender reveal party is.
For women, giving birth.
It's the bullshit kind of party where you just give people more baby gifts and stupid shit like that.
Yeah, it's not somebody saying, oh, guess what, I'm really a woman or a man or a Z's, or it's a pregnant woman. But yeah, that's pretty close to me. That's a little bit east of me there. I think that's in El Dorado, I believe.
So is that the reason why your state's on fire?
It's one of them. There's another one that's about 10 miles away right now that just sparked up. PG&E was responsible for that one. There was one that burned 2 years ago. It caught fire at the exact same spot. So I'm guessing that PG&E is responsible for this one too.
Just why? Just like, I can't even believe it. Because so what happened was they had a smoke bomb at a gender reveal party at Saturday and sparked a massive wildfire in San Bernardino. And since then, it has spread to more than 10,000 acres and is only 16% contained as of this Tuesday. And more than 21,000 people have had to evacuate their homes because of the stunt for a fucking gender reveal party. Imagine telling the kid, hey, we had this gender reveal party and we caused 10,000 acres of forest fires just because of your stupid gender. Fuck that.
San Bernardino, that's south of me, but we do have. Oh wait, no. Oh, El Dorado. Okay, that's different. Yeah.
Oh God, that actually, I'm not gonna lie, that actually pisses me off a bit.
Well, I'm gonna say it's pretty impressive. They set a little city of gold on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, yeah, it's close to you guys. Well, I hope Makini 90 that you are okay, and you are not anywhere near the fires. Yeah, seriously, like don't fuck around. Like, don't do this in California. And what was it? They had like the biggest. Did you guys have the biggest heat wave in quite some time?
We had to have had a record number of like 110 degree days this year because it's ridiculous, man. It's been ridiculous. I swear to God, I think that the Almighty is conspiring against me going for a bike ride.
Well, I don't know, but if one of our next stories is what I think it is, though it might not be, according to Justin's tabs. Did anybody hear about the orange skies over the Golden Gate Bridge?
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
Well, the whole thing's orange right now.
God Emperor Trump is angry.
I don't understand.
oh my God.
That's
wow.
That's what the whole state looks like right now. It looks like that here. It's been looking like that here for the last 2 or 3 days. It's really gross.
Oh my God.
That looks like a damn apocalypse movie, or like
It feels like one too.
Was it worth it? Was it worth your fucking gender reveal party? My goodness.
Yeah, dude, there's multiple fires. It's ridiculous.
That's what I did. Move and get out of California. Leave.
Fires, floods, earthquakes, pandemics. What next?
I don't want to tally.
I love my people from California, but I don't want the weird, wacky, lefty people moving to Texas. I mean,
Yeah, it's already happening.
Yeah, that's happening.
Soul Assassin said, I burned half of Cali for you, kid. Better be a doctor when you grow up. Or a firefighter. Wouldn't that be?
Firefighter would be good. Yeah, I thought it'd be karma.
You remember that whole thing about how what was her name? Jennifer Lawrence was blaming hurricanes on Trump like a few years ago.
Mother Nature.
This feels like a massive amount of karma for the sort of anti-Orange Man people going on a nut over the entire country. This feels like karma in a way. It's kind of hard not to find it funny.
It's ironic. I wouldn't find it really funny, but it's like, I mean, because people are losing their homes and that sucks. But it's very ironic. It's very interesting in that way. But last but certainly not least, you'll get a kick out of this one. Kentucky driver failed to fool the police with a hand-drawn license plate.
actually not bad.
From a distance, I could see it from a distance.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do your nines over there, but that wouldn't pass over here. That 9 is way off.
Oh yeah, nines would be a little.
The officers conducted a traffic stop on September 2nd after spotting a license plate that seemed a bit out of place. From a distance, the homemade license plate looked somewhat like the real deal, although marker strokes are visible, as we see there.
I like the hand-drawn Kentucky styling on the top. That's quite nice.
Love how we're just like, we don't care that he was driving without a driver's license plate. We're just judging the actual drawing itself. I don't know. Would you guys be fooled by this?
Judge the art for what it is.
Okay, no.
Well, like Wes said, if it was like far away, probably. But as you get closer, you're gonna notice things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like, aren't they supposed to be solids? Like.
Yeah, hold on. Let me take my glasses off. Well, I can't even tell what it is without my glasses on. So
the Sharpie pen wasn't thick enough. My goodness.
I know.
Well, to be fair, Sharpies don't work on some plastic, so it might be that the plastic he used was a bit off for what he was trying to do.
That was pretty funny. They need to make the kid Blaze.
Oh, dang, that's wrong.
Oh, damn.
This bullshit I've ever heard.
This is what you get from the Brits.
Right, exactly. Even though this happened in Kentucky.
No, I'm saying
That's close to you.
This is Mary Mayhem's territory. She has a lot of explaining to do. This is her fault. We just let's, like, when we blame drunk 3PO on every Florida man story.
No, I blame Lorena.
To be honest, I'm kind of sad. I'm kind of sad that none of the Florida man stories we've covered actually involve drunk 3PO.
Wait.
I kind of wish they would. Just one. Just so drunk 3PO could really be that Florida man.
Right.
Yeah, do some photoshopping.
There you go.
I have a feeling I'm going
Florida-
to, since we're coming up on October, I think I'm going to do some sort of Photoshop with a lot of candy corn.
Oh dear.
I fucking
Candy corn is
Oh my God, I'm looking on the Florida Man subreddit.
You went there, dude.
Deputy finds reported alligator in storage shed was a pool floaty.
Whole county represent. I know exactly what it says.
Oh dear.
No, I'm not whitelisting. Fuck off.
Well, I suppose at least they took the threat seriously.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a gator. Like, they have to. But Deputy Trickster went to a call about an alligator in a storage shed. He came, he saw, he conquered the beast. Oh, my God.
No.
To be fair, like,
That's a little bit more of a realistic looking alligator. I was expecting something different.
like a cartoon one.
I would have tried to kill that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have taken any chances either, but...
I could just imagine like someone in if someone's shooting it and then it just pops.
This had to be a joke. They didn't know it was a daggone pool floaty.
If you just open it, I think this was a prank.
It has
I
to
do a bit of a prank that, you know,
had to be.
that somebody really fell for.
I wouldn't be able to tell the difference, but at the same time, we don't really have crocodiles or alligators over here.
Thank God
So-
we don't have them up here. Fuck that. Fuck that. And what's this? This is another Florida woman story. Arrested after testing a product in middle of adult toy store.
Is this Broward County?
okay, so
The world's a special, special place.
Wow.
Here, so okay.
Reported a
Yeah.
woman sporting a purple shirt with no pants in the store. Oh my God.
Well, the sign just say no shoes, no shirt, no service. It says nothing about pants.
That's very true. That's a loophole.
Well, they've got to have that section just in case someone comes in a skirt.
Oh, Jesus.
that's a
Oh, yeah.
woman.
That's girl,
Uh,
ma'am. It's
Hey.
ma'am.
I didn't know Caitlyn Jenner moved to Florida.
Whoa.
No,
Get
too
away from
far.
taxes.
Did I cross the line?
Nah.
Okay. Oh my gosh. But why do this, guys? Like, come on. Like, you don't get to test out the products before. Have you heard of a return policy? Like, what the fuck? Who does this? Oh my gosh.
Florida
This
people.
shit.
Well, I guess they needed to make sure it worked.
Wow.
I mean, whether you think it's a good thing or not, try before you buy is a thing, apparently, in some places.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm looking at
I
some of
can't.
these stories.
And Justin,
Oh.
you'll be here. The stream will go on for hours.
We'll do one more. We'll do one more. Okay, is that all right? We'll do one more.
Oh dear.
Are you ready for this?
I'm never ready, but go for it.
Let's see.
Florida toddler stuck in the toilet seat and gets hexed out by dad. How did you?
That-
What the? How did you get your head stuck in the toilet? What were you trying to do there?
That's a potty seat, okay?
Yeah, but that's a
so
potty seat,
it's a potty seat, not like a regular toilet seat. So I can see that. I can
Body
see that.
training took a real turn for the worse for one Florida 2-year-old. He says, "Can you tell me what happened?" He was attempting to change the subject. Ruben sings out the Toy Story tune, "You Got a Friend in Me." He then admits, "There's a toilet seat on my head." Oh my God! In a now viral TikTok video. Oh my God!
That's funny.
Is it at least clean?
That's cute.
That's a good one. Sir.
I was going to say, the dad's 27. God.
Hey, you know what?
No, I'm just saying,
The look on that kid's face is priceless.
could you imagine coming home to see that?
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ! Like,
No, okay, true story. You,
uh-oh.
you know what petroleum jelly is?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, my mom came. My grandmother was watching my sister. I think she was like 3 or 4, And my mom, we went to the store. She came home. My sister had gotten petroleum jelly all over her hair.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Ew.
little kids can get into anything.
Some deep shit.
You never know. I mean, when you hear them playing, all of a sudden it gets quiet. Something's going on.
Yeah.
Right. Well, anyways, that about wraps it up this week in bullshit. It was a lot of fun, everybody. Let's go around and tell the people what you got going on. First up, Wes Moody of the Wes Moody Webcast.
Hello, my friends. I am Wes Moody of the Wes Moody Webcast. You can find me at youtube.com/Wes Moody Webcast. I talk about pop culture, current events, occasional conspiracy theories, occasional car talk, gaming streams, and I vlog about whatever the heck I want to because it is my webcast. I will be uploading the Star Trek Discovery Season 3 trailer reaction shortly.
Oh,
Hope to see you there. Yes. It's bad.
Awesome, man.
Spoiler alert.
enjoy Halo.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Oh, speaking of Halo, Richard or Dick from the UK.
I'm working on some new miniatures, which Stone Cold Jeremy might recognize. Blood Angels, space vampires, a lot of fun. Hopefully, I get to show them off when they're finished. And that's it. That's it. That's my grand reveal.
And as always, the lovely Reina Creole.
Hey everybody, I'm Reina Creole, bringing you that spice to sci-fi and pop culture analysis. On my channel, I recently dropped a reaction video to the new Dune 2020 trailer. So that is out there. Of course, you can find me here on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Also tonight at 9 p.m. on the Queen's Council, which is going to be held on Christie's channel. And not only that, but I'm so proud that Christie finally got monetized.
Woo! Oh
All
my
right,
God,
Christie, way to go.
Come to Christie's channel and spend that money. I'm just
the first Queen's Council with super chats.
Yes.
Oh,
I want to get monetized so
my-
I can get
What I kind of feel
demonetized.
bad about is I kind of feel bad because I was like, okay, I'm monetized, and then I was setting up stuff, and I went into the YouTube studio side because I'm trying to read up on this monetization stuff and the agreement and everything, and I was like, I have membership. Why do I have membership?
Did you not have it set up?
No, I do. I have it set up now, but it's like channels that I think are like that have been around longer who have the monetization and everything. I was like, why the hell don't they have super or membership?
That's a good question. I'm figuring that out right now.
Right, well, hang on, because I remember someone mentioning it before. Because there was a while when YouTube did this thing where they did it. Yeah, hi. They did this thing for a while where before you had to sort of apply for the sort of join function and the memberships,
Yeah,
but then there was this weird phase where they just started handing them out to everybody who got monetized.
Yeah, well, I'm not complaining. I'm going to finish that up tonight for sure, or next week. Is there anything else you wanted to say, Christy?
I mean, Lorena did everything. I mean, that was great.
Yeah,
Alrighty
I had to
then.
blow her up because she got monetized. So I'm so happy. I'm so proud she finally got monetized.
Well, as always, thank you guys for joining. As always, and make sure to go and check out the Queen's Council over on Christie's channel. And I agree, Wes. This is the best chat on YouTube. Hail the chat, hail the dais, and live long and proper as always. Have a good one, everybody. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye.
Shit.
Oh.
We're professionals, guys.
Damn it.
Improper.
Here we go. Let's do it the correct way.
Well, thanks to the lame ass security, I'm going home.